All right. All right. I'm recording. So what I'm saying is I actually placed this trade with $1. So it's a $1 trade. When I noticed the trade was going against me and I needed to roll over, I came down under here. My rollover button is
Yeah.
usually under here, and I hit my
Yeah.
rollover button. I bought extra 2 minutes, and my order size increased from $1 to $1.30. Anytime you activate the rollover option, your order size always increases by 30%. So if I had $10 here, my order size was going to increase from $10 to $13. That is how the rollover option works. So in case you took a trade, and just bear in mind what your original stake was. When the trade is going against you and you need to use your rollover option, and you use your rollover option, um, your trade is going to increase. Your trade order size is going to increase by 30%. If I use $2, 30% of $2 is going to be 60 cents, and my trade is going to be increased from 2 dollars to $2.6. That is how the rollover option actually works. That is how it works.
Okay.
It increases your stake by 60%, by 30%. So that is how you know when your rollover is actually working or your rollover actually activated. So that is what the rollover is all about. And then once I clear this trade, I'm going to walk you through. All right, let me also do the double up. Now the double up is, I think I can really use the double up here. I will explain how we work and look for an opportunity to use it. Let me clear this trade first. Let this trade come out. This is a demo account, by the way. It's a demo account.
Okay.
The account actually dropped because a another friend of mine has access to the account. The person activated copy trading, and after activating the copy trading, it really messed us up. Person activated copy trading and it messed the account up. All these copy trading guys, they are fake. They just play with your money,
Yeah.
whether real accounts or demo accounts. So obviously, I'm going to be clearing this trade. Um, and boom, done. All right. So how does the double up work? Now let's say for instance I'm looking at a potential call on this trade, and I took a 2 minute call on this trade. So let's say I took a 2 minute call. I expect the market to go up, and then the market, instead of going up, keeps coming down. I have two options. One, you can see my order size is $1. If I roll
Yeah.
over, boom, my order size increases from $1 to $1.30. You can see my time has been increased
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
2 minutes to 4 minutes. Now, after rolling over, or sometimes even before rolling over, the trade was going against me, because these options you only use them when the trade is going against you. Let me see the trade come down. Oh my god, this trade is going up. I wanted to see this thing come down. The double up simply means you're opening another position where price is currently with the same expiry time as the first. So let me take another trade. Let me take a put for 2 minutes from that pull on to where price is. All right, I've taken a put for 2 minutes. I am hoping this thing goes up so I can do a double up. So you see how double up works. Um,
Okay.
Still kind of in profit. All right. I'm not in profit again. So now, how do I double up? Immediately I click the double up. Look at what happens. Oh shit, this thing came close. All right, you can see double up opened another position for me with the same expiry time. That's how double up actually works.
Okay.
Right, double up. Let me try doubling up again. The double up, what the double up does is it opens another position for you with the same expiry time as the original expiry time. That is what it does. It opens another position,
Okay.
and you must be sure the trade. Let me try rolling over all this trade. You must be sure the trade is going to go in your direction before you double up. You must be sure the trade is going to go in your direction. If not, you're just going to be wasting your money. So you can see I double up on all this. This is the best place to double up from. If I am sure the trade is going to come down, I can just go hit my double up button. Hit my double up button. You can see ×2 pull. It opens another position for me up here with the same expiry time as the original trade, with the same lot size as the original trade, because I actually am sure the market should come down. In the occasion where it doesn't come down, because this is obviously an uptrend, I'm not just going to lose my original trade, I'm going to lose my double up also. That is why the double up option is an option you need to be very, very careful about when using. You need to be very, very careful about. It's an option you must be certain about the direction of the market before actually activating the double up option. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. If you don't understand, could you ask your question so I can go over it again? I'm almost blowing my demo account. I'm almost blowing my demo account. But then if I clear this trade, I think I should have some money in the demo account. I'm almost blowing it already. All right, so I have look at that massive spike now. So I just hope I clear all this trade so I wouldn't have to go back to IQ Sense. We're applying for another demo account. But then if I don't, I really don't demo trade. I only use it for trainings. So if you understood what I say, please can you let me know. And if you don't understand, let me know where you have confusion on how to use a rollover and the double up option so I can actually go over it again. Let me see. Who's on this call? We have 3 persons on this call apart from myself. All right, we have Mr. Gabriel, we have Mr. Dewumi, and we have Mr. Olumide. Mr. Olumide, good morning. I'm really, really sorry about keeping you guys. I was awake till about midnight, then I fell asleep, really tired. Had a very, very hectic weekend. Okay, so I was able to take my demo account from $5 to $3. So any question, guys? Any question before I move on to the simple scalper strategy that I'm actually using? Any question, please? Any question? Any question?
I want to ask.
Okay, can you increase your volume? I really can't hear you. Oh, let me try to use my earpiece.
Okay.
Let me get my earpiece, please. I'll get back to you soon.
Okay.
Right, sir. You can ask your question now. I have my earpiece on.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Sammy.
Thank you very much, sir. Good morning, sir.
Yeah. What I want to ask is concerning the double up.
Okay,
you said you need to be very sure before you click on the double up button.
Yeah.
Now, assuming my trade is going against me, and I know that if I click on the double up, I'm going to hit on it and hit my target.
Yeah.
Assuming I now lose that target.
Yeah.
You said if I lose that target, it means I'm going to lose the double up.
The 2 positions.
The 2 positions, I'm going to lose them.
That is if,
right?
Yeah. Let me quickly interject. What I'm saying is, let me do a practical example for you. You can see how this.
No. I got it. I just want to be sure that if I lose it, that means I lose the 2 positions.
No. You don't. No, sir. No, sir.
Okay.
No. You can actually sometimes win your double up and win the original and win your double up and lose the original trade. Do you understand? You
Okay.
you you don't just lose the both of them because you lost one of them. No. Um
Okay. So one of
yeah,
them will change
there's every
position for you.
possibility. There's every possibility. There's every possibility you can win one and lose one, depending on how the market actually goes. Let me say, for instance, you use a double up for a sell market. What you're saying is you believe the trade must first be going against you. So, like in the last trade now, I won one of my double up and I lost the original trade. That's the last example I just showed you guys. Let me do a quick example again. Let's say, for instance, I put a call on this trade. Let me say I went for a 2 minutes call. And you can see, the market is against me. Then what I do now is I come and double up under here. You see it's going to open another position for me with the same expiry time. So you can see that immediately this trade moves to this area. Obviously, I'm going to win this double up under. This is a double up trade,
Yeah.
and I might
Yeah.
lose this one. But then if it is above the both of them, I'm going to win the both of them. Do you understand what I'm saying, sir?
Okay.
That is actually
Yeah.
how it
Yeah.
works. The double up, you use it when the trade is against you. What it does is it opens another position for you with the same stake, but with the same expiry time. So why I said you must be sure is you must be sure this trade is going to go up for you to want to use your double up. It's more or less like you are
Okay.
maximizing um, the initial position, but maybe you got in a little bit early, or the market just turned against you.
Okay. Okay.
Do you understand me, sir?
Okay. I got it. I
All
got it.
right. So have I been able to answer your question on the rollover and double up?
Yes, you have. But
All
then
right.
that's a rule of that working. It's
Yeah,
only when one is the market's going against you
mostly
that you
that you
can
see
roll over.
it.
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
Now,
And
my
apart,
my real option is not showing.
okay, apart from that
That's
also,
that.
there's always a time expiry for rollover. Rollover only appears 1/4 of your time. Let's say for if I am on a 1 minute trade, my rollover option is going
Yeah.
to be available for me in the first 15 seconds of my trade and in the last 15 seconds of my trading. Do you understand?
Okay.
The first 15 seconds, sorry, and the third 15 seconds. It doesn't just
Okay.
show all the way. It comes in the first 15
Oh,
seconds. After the first 15 seconds, all through the second 15 seconds, it disappears if I'm on a 1 minute trade. From from
okay.
30 seconds to 45 seconds, it appears again. After 45 seconds, it disappears and I don't see it. Same for 2 minutes. It appears for 1/3 of the time, twice, and then disappears. The first 1/4, 1/4 of the time, the first quarter of that particular time frame you're using, and the third quarter of that particular time frame you're using. That is when your rollover option is available for you to actually use. It doesn't stay all through. So if you're not seeing it, it's possibly the time you go to check it is the time it is not available.
That,
Do you understand, sir?
okay.
That is why
Okay. I
anytime
got
I
it.
take a trade, I don't like just viewing my chart like this. I like coming down to be sure if the trade is going against me. I quickly my cursor is under my rollover. Immediately my rollover button appears. I take advantage of the rollover. I just quickly click it because I know it is there for a limited time.
Okay.
So you understand
Okay.
that, right?
I do. Thank you so much for that.
All right, my pleasure. So let's go. Let's go to my chart. Let's go to my chart. All right. It's only my friend that is not here, Chinyere. She was. I'll have to do a class for
And
her
she was
tomorrow.
not quite long ago.
Yeah, I tried calling her, but it seems she's asleep. All right. So this is quite different from what you have on Liberty, and this is actually what I'm using. I use Liberty and I use this, but then I use this more, and the reason is because it affords me the opportunity to have so many options of currency pairs to trade. Um, all the apps, Liberty, Hourglass is actually limited in terms of the number of currencies that are available for you to choose from. So I had to learn how I can um, move my Liberty to TradingView, and that is what I was able to successfully do here. And this is where I trade off of. This is majorly where I come to trade. So I just basically use um, IML, not because of Liberty. I use it because of Hourglass and because of the educator, the academy, because I just this weekend I just went over my academy the second time. Every weekend I try to go over my academy. You can never overemphasize the need for the academy. It's very important. So I'm going to walk you through how it works and possibly how to get it set up on your own trading view. You have a trading view account now. For those of you that are just joining Forex for the first time or really don't have haven't been long in this space, trading view is where all currency feeds are taken from. If you see your Liberty, you'll see a trading view sign under it.
Yes.
TradingView is a website where you can see live movements of charts. You can see live movements of currencies rather. You can see live movements of currencies. And I'll walk you through how to get your TradingView set up. So let me hide all of them. Let me hide it so I can walk you through how to get your system set up. Walk you through it. I can walk you through it. So let me hide them. All right. All right. So this thing is not hiding. To remove. Let me remove them instead. Remove. So my chart can look exactly like the real trading view. Remove. All right. Now this is how trading view looks. You can see it's just a place, just like those that I use to MetaTrader for. It's just a place where you just come, do your analysis. That's what we call forex support and resistance analysis, technical analysis, price action analysis. This is where most of us do our trading analysis from. So what I did is I came to the term indicators, and I added my first indicator, favorite, okay, volume bar. You know of your volume bar. This is a volume bar. Is in this. I'm just saying. Then the next indicator is the Bollinger, but I don't use the normal Bollinger Band. The Bollinger Band I use is a Bollinger Band that was developed by a man called Ivan Cabral. So the name of the Bollinger Band is Ivan Cabral. This video is actually recorded, so I would like to rush because I just have 40 minutes time lag, time expiry. So you can go over the video, Ivan Cabral. All right, Ivan Cabral binary strategy 2. That is the indicator I use. That is the Bollinger Band I use, rather. This is the Bollinger Band I use, and you click on it, you can see it has added it. Now, the next thing is my stochastic. I'm going to walk you through the settings. My stochastic, and I add my stochastic. And the last thing is my relative strength index, which is my RSI. So you can just, all right, relative strength index, not relative vigor index, not relative volatility index, but relative strength index. So I add my relative strength index. Beautiful. So let me close. So this is my chart. So what I need to do is I need to do what I call my setup. I need to edit my chart. I come to this is ECB Evan Cabral binary strategy 2. That is this Bollinger Band here. Is a custom made Bollinger Band by Ivan Cabral, and I like using it because of it offers me more dynamic touch. It offers more dynamic touch in the sense that it gives this dynamic support and resistance, but then you don't bother yourself with this, please don't bother yourself with this. So let me just come and do my setup quickly. Okay. Yeah, Chinye, good morning, you're welcome. Yeah, I understand, it's actually recorded, so I'm going to be uploading it. I'm going to be uploading it
Okay.
after now. It's actually recorded. Good morning, you're
Okay.
welcome. Okay, I'm having two Gabriels. Kind of scary. Mr. Gabriel, I'm having two Gabriel.
Yeah. Yes,
Yes,
I'm here.
Okay, all right. So let me do my setup. I come to these settings. The only thing I need to change is in my inputs, my length must be 20. Must be 20. You change the length to 20. Now I got the settings from Ivan Cabral himself. That is why I said you can never overemphasize academy. Then you come and save as default and click OK. So I'm done with my Bollinger Band. The next is my volume. I want to beef up my volume. The length is cool. Is the style. I want to beef up the style. I want to make it I'm using blue, so I want to make it a very deep blue, and I want to increase the thickness of my blue, and I want to also increase the the thickness here. This stud thickness, and that is that for my. Then I come to the falling, that is red. I use a sharp red. I beef it up from 50% to 100%, and I come increase the thickness here, and that is that. And then I save it as default and OK. So my volume bar and um, my Bollinger Band is good to go. Now my stochastic, I'm going to set it at my stochastic. The K is going to be 5, so that range is better. Some people uses 6. Evan Cabral uses 6, but I prefer 5. Nesvis Quest uses 5. It's going to be 5. Then I come to the star. My upper band. I want to make my upper band red, telling me that price is overbought. I want to make it thick. Oops, what have I done? Sorry, let me show my screen back. Okay, all right. I want to make my upper band thick. All right, very thick, and I want to beef it up. And I want to come here and change it to line. All right, and my lower band, I want to make it this blue, and I want to come here and thicken it up, and I want it to be line. I want to uncheck the background. All right, so my input, this is my input 533, my style, good to go. Never forget, save as default and OK. So my stochastic is ready. This is my stochastic. Then I come to my RSI, relative strength index, do almost the same thing. Come to the input. My input, some people uses 6, even Carol uses 6, but I prefer using 5 or 4. 5 or 4, but I am more comfortable with using 4. Then come to the star. This should be 75, and this should be 25. This should be straight lines, straight lines. That's my upper band. My upper band should be the same thing. It should be red and it should be thick. And my lower band should be the same thing with that I just have. It should be blue and it should be thick. All right. So once I have that done, I'm going to remove the background and I'm going to save as default and OK. All right. So I'm good to go. This is what I actually use to, this is my Liberty on TradingView. Oops, I have 10 minutes more, guys. So let me run through this because we actually don't have lights, and I'm just getting the power bank for my laptop today. My laptop, I've looked for the battery, I can't find it. I even had to send a friend in Lagos to help me check, and he also can't find it. So I had to construct a local power bank because my battery is having issue, and they just interrupted power. So let me hide this. Once you come to click this arrow here, it's going to hide all those noise. So how do I use this strategy? How do I use the strategy? In case my laptop goes off, and I'm not able to really explain in depth, I'm going to do another explanation. But then I think the laptop should be able to stay for the next 10 minutes that we have, so I can really explain. Now, if I want to take a buy trade, and let's say the market comes down to my lower Bollinger Band, I'm looking at taking my trade at the lower Bollinger Band. My RSI my stochastic must show me that price is coming down. My RSI must also show the same thing. Now, guys, this is where majority of my secret lies. This is where my secret lies. This is what helps me to win trades. Currency strength meter. This is what helps me to win trade. With my currency strength meter, sometimes I don't even wait for price to get to the lower Bollinger Band. This is what helps me win trade. I hope it loads. I hope it loads because their sites can be funny sometimes on a Monday morning like this. Sometimes 6 a.m. They're funny. Sometimes till 6 a.m. before you be able to access the site. It just can be funny. So anytime I'm taking trades on the early hours of Monday like this, I just take it kind of blindly without the currency strength meter. And I don't like trading without the currency strength meter. It can be very, very funny. They can be very funny. Now the site is not accessible. This was my fear. The site is not accessible. Currency strength is not accessible. All right, let me come to my trade. Now this is AUD CHF. Now obviously AUD is stronger than CHF. That is why you can see how the market has been ranging up its buying. So if I go to my currency strength meter and I want to buy AUD CHF, I will be very comfortable to put a buy here when I know that my currency strength meter tells me that AUD is stronger than CHF by at least 2 bars. If you know how your currency strength meter works, by at least 2 bars. Now, when do I know when to enter, which is the main problem for many people? When price, first of all, if your currency meter already tells you that AUD is stronger than CHF, you need not to be scared of when to enter. All you need to do is immediately price comes to the lower Bollinger Band, your stochastic is overbought, your RSI is overbought, you can easily take your trade. As far as the currency meter tells you it's stronger and there are no news or anything, that market is actually going to go up. It's just a matter of time. So all you might need to do is just roll over once or twice and the market goes in your direction. But also, if you want to be very, very careful when taking your trade, you want to take your trade from a good entry. That is why you see I usually text entries to you guys from so points and above, or from so points and below. For instance, a buy now, I want to buy. It means the market must be at the lower Bollinger Band. I'm expecting it to go up. If I want to wait for uh, a reversal of my stochastic and RSI, sometimes you might miss the move. You might miss picking that move at a good point. In this case, if you took that trade at around on this candle, you might not miss. But I would love to take this trade on this candle. What I look for is where was the last position this price got to on this candle. If you can come down and see, you can see it came this low. Now it came that low. That is telling me that is the lowest price went on the last candle. So immediately price can come back that low. That is around 65338. So I'll be looking at going for a buy or a call on 65338 or anything below. I always like using the reference of the farthest place down that price got before. That usually is my target. But then if it doesn't go there, if it gets to 339 or 341, I can actually pick my trade around that zone. But I wouldn't want to pick my trade from up somewhere like 350. That's quite far from my Bollinger Band. I want it as close as possible to where price got to before or to the Bollinger Band. That is what I do for a call, and that is what I do for a put. For instance, if I want to take a put on this trade, look at where price got to. Look at the highest price got to here, and this will be my limit 442. If I want to take a trade But then I would have confirmed from my currency strength that this time around is either CHF. For this thing to sell, CHF should be stronger than AUD.
And
CHF
AUD.
should be stronger than AUD. As long as AUD is stronger than CHF, I wouldn't go for a sell. It is either they are the same strength or CHF is stronger than AUD. That is how I minimize my lessons in binary. I use my currency strength meter. If CHF is stronger than AUD, it's telling me that CHF is going to pull AUD down. So I can
Mm,
comfortably go for a sell. But if AUD is stronger than CHF, rather than look for a sell position, I will look for an opportunity to go for a buy or a call rather than look for a put. So my currency meter is what actually motivates every trade I take. I don't trade against the currency meter. I don't. Any trade I do
mm,
against the currency meter, I always take a lesson on those trading. It's only on few occasions that I don't take lessons on the trade. I don't trade against my currency. That is why if my currency meter is in my favor, I can comfortably take my trade. All right. Good morning, bro. I'm actually enjoying you. Please, is this session recorded? Yeah, it is. It is recorded. It is recorded. You can see. Where's my recording sign? All right. You can see here. Pause recording. I'm actually recording it, and um, I hope my laptop stays long enough for me to convert it and upload it on my YouTube channel. Then I'll send the link to you guys. I'll send the link to you guys. It's actually recorded. So that is what I look out for. I just wish the currency strength was working. I just wish it was working, but obviously it's not. The site is usually like this early hours of Monday. The site is usually like this early hours of Monday. The site is usually like this early hours of Monday. It's usually like this early hours of Monday. I'm trying to reload to see if it's going to come up, and it's still not coming up. So that is actually how I take my trade. For instance, you can just see if anybody had taken a sell on this red candle now that you want to go for a put, AUDCHF puts, you would have lost your trade because you can see how the market just keep
yes.
going up, going up. I wanted to show you guys that the reason why this is just going up like this is because obviously AUD is stronger than CHF. AUD is obviously stronger than CHF. That is why the market keeps ranging upwards. The market just keeps going upwards. So I wouldn't look for a sell up, even with all these fake red candles you're seeing. These red candles are just pullbacks that it pull back to the sell direction that is still going to continue on an upward, excuse me, on an upward momentum. So I would not go for a sell on this candle. I wouldn't. My currency strength. From even looking at it, I don't need to use my currency strength data. I already know that AUD is stronger than CHF. So rather than go for a sell,
Okay.
I'll be looking for a buy position on AUD CHF. I'll be looking for buy. These are the kind of positions when you go for your sell, you'll be caught up. The thing will look like you're in profit, and almost time
Mm,
for you to clear the trade, it just comes back against you and just starts spiking up. And then you're caught up in the delusion of rolling it over, and then it just keeps
over.
going up, and you are wondering what is happening. These guys are hunting me or something. No, your currency strength is actually against you. So never
Mm,
ever trade against the currency strength. Never ever do. Always work with your currency strength. If I want to buy, there's what we call the currency quotes. This is the first currency. AUD is the base currency. CHF is the quote currency. The base currency is the first currency. The quote currency is the second currency. What I tell my students is if the base currency is stronger than the quote currency, look for buy opportunity.